Welcome everyone to another Valorant tips and tricks video. I'm Mike, and it's been quite a while since I've done one of these, so I figured it would be a good time to do one now that a new map has been out for quite a bit. Now, I have 4 different tricks that I want to show you. One of them is a trick that also works on other maps since it's related to ropes. And it's sort of a reimagined tutorial of a trick that I've shown off all the way back in 2020. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first trick on Abyss is related to planting the spike on B. So if you go over here and you want the best possible plant, post plant, then what you want to do is go over here, go a little bit back, and then plant. Face the wall, or face the ledge.
Spike planted.
And what happens is it gets planted up here. And that means that the attackers, defenders, not attackers, the defenders have much less room to actually defuse the spike, because the spike is now located up here. So instead of it being down here and them being able to defuse all the way out here, it's now up here, and it is way, way, way harder for them to defuse. It's much easier to spam as well. Super, super easy to spam. So I would just keep this in mind. You can do it anywhere on the ledge, by the way. Just walk a bit back. So that is the first trick.
Sad fools standing in our way.
Trick number 2 is also not movement related. It is actually related to a bit of common sense and a bit of sort of helping people who have recently gotten into this map. So one thing I notice a lot of people doing, I notice it because I'm the one exploiting this idea, is that a lot of people, when they go B, they completely disregard this position. This position, completely disregard. And the thing is that it pretty much never hurts to spam this position. Like this. It pretty much never hurts to spam this position. You know why? It's because, let's say you're actually spamming this, right, at the beginning of the round, or you're spamming it a bit later in the round, and you have teammates around. The enemies are not going to be able to punish you. Like, they're not going to be able to punish you. If they peek here, you get refragged. If they peek from here, like this, they're stupid, and they most likely won't even get a single kill. And if they peek from here, they're most likely slowed from the bullets that hit them through the box. So, and if you're doing it at the start of the round, and let's say I'm an Omen, I am on defense, and I'm going across, they're not able to hear this, by the way, because I'm too far away. They're not able to hear that teleport going off. So I can get over here without making any noise on Omen. And what happens is that if I happen to spam this on attack, it is literally a win-win situation no matter what. So if I spam it and there happens to be someone back there, they die. If I spam it and there happens to be nobody there, then we know it's clear, and we've prevented a disaster, a potential disaster. We know it's clear, right? And even if we don't know it's clear, you can always clear it. Up here, you can always clear it when you go out. Very, very simple. And I think you should be very mindful of a lot of areas. The box here, this box right here. The box in mid, the box at the edge of a main, the one right here. All of that is spammable. You can spam it. You can get really, really good value out of it. So be mindful of that. Now we get to the Omni trick. The trick that applies for every single map that has ropes in it, except the old maps, because the ropes work a bit differently on those maps. But on the new maps, the ropes work a little bit differently. It's actually like that on Fracture as well. So on Fracture, on Breeze, on Abyss, and I think that's all the maps. Yeah, that's all the maps. It might actually be like that for the old ropes now as well. But previously, you could drop down, and you could press F to attach while holding shift all the way at the bottom, and you would not make any noise, no matter what. But as you saw right there, I am holding shift right now, As you can see, I attached a bit earlier there, and I still made noise. I don't know exactly how it works now, but there are times where I can drop down like that, and I will make no noise at all. There are also times where I can drop down like this, and sometimes I'll end up making noise anyway. It is a bit finicky. I think an easy way to jump down without making noise is that you look down and you sort of hold S. You look down and you hold S so you get pulled upwards for a bit, and then you jump down. Obviously, that's not super efficient, because when you're jumping down and somebody happens to peek you, then, you know, you want your crosshair to be where the enemy's coming from. You don't want it to be on the ground, because then you have to spend extra time adjusting and aiming. So what I do to get down the rope silently now is I attach to the rope earlier than I think. So a bit above halfway I will attach. Just a bit above halfway I will attach. You see? No noise is made. It's different depending on how far down you're going. So taller ropes, you have to attach a bit earlier, because I guess the fall is broken slower since a change that's been made to the ropes. You see right there, I actually made noise. I was pressing shift. I was pressing shift. And right there I was also making noise. So you have to attach to the rope relatively early to not make noise. But now I think it's time to get over the last trick. I guess I could show this, but I think everyone knows this. So you can jump across like this. I think everyone knows that. I think, you know, that's common knowledge at this point. But did you know that you can get across danger and you can get across secret without making any noise? Watch this. So if I want to get across, down, up, it's pretty simple. I just shift jump. See, shift jump, I'm across, didn't make noise. The other way, I have to run off the ledge, press shift, crouch, uncrouch. And it is pretty difficult to pull off. So run, crouch, uncrouch. Run, shift, crouch, uncrouch. You see, I actually made no noise there. The noise I made was on this side. But that's practically how you do it. It's super difficult to do, but if you're able to do it consistently without falling off, then you can get across silently. But yeah, I was doing it earlier today, and I think I was only able to pull it off like twice out of 20 attempts. So it is very hard to do. It is much harder. I see I did it there. It's much harder than the fracture one. The old fracture one, where you get down silently. Now, the second jump is not too hard. You just shift jump on top of the ledge here. No noise. Now, as for secret, which is the other gap jump on this map. As for secret, it is possible to do it here, but once again, it is incredibly precise, and this one is even harder than the other one. I would argue that overall, it's not possible to get across from above to down, like up and down. It's not possible to get over here without making noise. Now, this jump from here to here is possible without making noise, but once again, we are dealing with an incredibly precise jump, but just like that. So stand right here, and you want to crouch and uncrouch, crouch and uncrouch. But you see how precise it is? I'm basically risking falling off the map doing this silent jump. Now, if I'm doing it the other way, it's once again very simple. I shift and I shift. Just shift jump across. You make no noise. And I've seen a lot of people, I've actually caught a lot of people off with this as well. So you go to spawn, you push spawn on attack side, and you come over here. Sometimes you'll catch people rotating here. Catch people rotating, and yeah, they're pre-aiming this, but hey, there's no one there, because the guy over here didn't hear anything, right? And then suddenly, this guy goes for this play. He gets caught. Right? It's very, very useful to know, and it's also very useful as a defender. Very useful to be mindful of this position. And actually, it's also very important to be mindful now when we think about it. It's also very important to be mindful of this position, even though this position is very risky because you are exposed to this area. It's very, very important to be mindful. Very, very important. But basically, that is all the tricks that I wanted to show. I hope you liked them, and I hope they made you better at the game. Hopefully, you learned something new. And if you want to learn more, I don't know, I might make more of these in the future. You never know. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and hope you have a nice day.